Hey friends, it's Sheila from Sweetie's Creations and Decor. Let's make a cute primitive snowman. So my board came from Hobby Lobby in the Christmas section. And I took some distressed oxide in the walnut and I put it on my board. And then I put a coat of Mod Podge on top. I got that idea from Lisa from Brown Eyed Girls Crafting. Now I'm taking some of my coffee stain and I'm putting a little extra stain on my little wood rounds that I have. And the recipe for that is 1 cup of lukewarm or hot water, 1/2 cup of instant coffee. Make sure it is instant, it has to dissolve. 2 tablespoons of cinnamon, 2 tablespoons of vanilla. I do use the imitation vanilla. It's less expensive. And you can use any kind of cinnamon you find from the dollar store, Walmart, wherever you find it from. Does not matter. Your cinnamon is not going to dissolve in it. It's going to settle to the bottom. That's where you get that good ookiness that you get out. It's the only thing I know to call it. I'm just staining those up a little bit more, so they kind of all blend the same color there. Now, the little white spots that you see are where I put a little bit of filler in to cover up those little holes. Those were ornaments. And I'm using a little bit of that brown paint now just to touch that up a little bit. Even though it's not a perfect match, it will blend in, and once we get the snowman done, you won't be able to see them. You can put a wood filler in them if you'd like. I'm putting a little bit more coffee stain on that one. Blend it in a little bit more. It is a different kind of wood slice, but that's fine because they'll all look good together. Now I'm going to dry those up really well. Now I'm getting my snowflakes. Those are made from Pixie dough, which is a sculpting clay, or you can put it in molds. It's very flexible. I will put my Paint Pixie link in my description. And this is the Marshmallow paint from Paint Pixie. It is a white. And that's what I'm going to paint my snowflakes in. I don't end up using the star. It was a little bit big. Getting all those painted up. I'll get those out of the way. Now we're going to bring our board back. We're going to make sure that everything fits in. Our little hat is little pieces that they have at Hobby Lobby. They're on a little piece of fabric, and you can use those for all kinds of things. I did cut that on my saw. A little bit of hot glue, a little bit of your Tite Bond Quick and Thick. I'm going to put those together. Let that. Then I'm going to fit these back on. Make sure I've got plenty of room for what I need. I'm going to turn them. And now before I glue those, I'm going to take my piece of fabric. This is going to be my scarf. And I go ahead and put that on there and trim the excess off, because you want to have it where it's on your board, and when you get ready to tie it, you don't have to worry about trying to fit it behind something or making it work a different way. You can just tie it straight like that. So we're going to now glue our pieces down, and then we'll push them up where they will be kind of on top of that little piece of fabric that we have there. That's a little piece of torn fabric that came from Jubilee Fabrics. And we're just putting some hot glue, and I do use the Gorilla Glue, so it is stronger. Now we're going to push that up so that our next piece will fit right on there where we can tie it. And this is a quick and easy way to make you some pretties to use in your home for winter. Now I'm going to take my Sharpie and make my eyes. You can paint them on, dot them on, however you like. The Sharpie is really easy and it does well on wood. They don't have to be perfect. And now I'm taking some Aperol Spritz by Paint Pixie, and that's going to be my orange for the nose. And you can draw the nose however you like, sideways, up and down, however you'd like it. I meant to do it with the point up like it was looking up, but I forgot and did it this way, and this works fine. You can make a little curl on the end if you want to, or it can be straight. Now I'm going to do the mouth and put some little dots for it with my Sharpie. Okay, and I thought I had some little buttons, but I didn't, so I'm going to go ahead and do the cheeks, and then we will put some buttons on the middle. So I'm using Violet Lemonade and Dreamsicle by Paint Pixie and mixed those together and got a pink color for the cheeks. And I'm just going to use a little round brush. And that looks cute. I added just a little bit more to the nose. I didn't like the way it looked. It can look wonky any way that you want to do it. I'm going to take a little bit more of that marshmallow, and we're going to put a little comma in the eyes. It's just got a few hairs in that brush, and that is a Paint Pixie brush. Okay, now we're going to do our buttons with our Sharpie. You can use some little buttons. You can use bells, whatever you would like to use on there. I did add an extra bell on our hat when we put our things on our hat, and I took a picture with the bell. And you're just going to tie your ribbon or your material and make a bow. You can also make it a scarf if you like. I like the bow, so we're just going to trim that off. They're sewing scissors. And that's what it's looking like so far. And now we're going to add our greenery. On our hat. Just a little bit of hot glue. Okay, now let's add our snowflakes. So I decided I was going to add a couple of snowflakes on the background. And I'm using the Tite Bond to put them on with. And I decided I'll put one on the hat. I kind of liked that. So we're going to add one to its hat. And then we're going to put the others in the background. And if you don't have the molds to make some of these snowflakes, you can just buy some and add to it. Make you some out of something else and add to it. Doesn't matter what you use. Something that would be cute too is to put some orange slices on there if you'd like, or use those instead of using the wood slices. So that's another idea. Now we're going to add the arms, and they're going to be able just to fit right there beside our wood slice. I was going to put a snowflake on the hand, but I decided no, I just liked it plain just like that. I love the way that it turned out, simple and easy, and you can make one to use all winter. Thanks for watching.